All right, people of the state of Michigan versus Chazz Webb, 2023576. Mr. Webb is here on video. He's calling in with his agent, Ms. Coney, and Ms. Jackson is his attorney. And Ms. Jackson and Mr. Webb talked about the probation violation. He's on probation on a charge of possession of methamphetamine, a felony punishable by up to 10 years in the Department of Corrections. He was placed on probation on March the 12th, and his agent has filed a petition alleging that he violated the terms of his probation. And Ms. Jackson has talked to him about that. And what does he wish to do, Ms. Jackson?
He is willing to admit to the violation.
Okay. Ms. Coney, we agree there is a correction to the probation violation that I've made handwritten in the file. But clearly Mr. Webb understood what the terms of the probation were, and he's not confused by the probation violation report. So, Mr. Webb, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Webb. It alleges that you must not use or possess any controlled substances or drug paraphernalia unless prescribed for you by a licensed physician or be with anyone you know to possess those items. And on May 24th, you used a controlled substance, methamphetamine. How do you plead to that charge?
Guilty.
Speak up, would you? Can't hear you.
Guilty.
Has anyone promised you anything to get you to admit to the violation?
No.
What?
Sir.
Anybody threaten you?
No.
Are you doing this of your own free will?
Yes, sir.
All right. And what happened?
At this point in my recovery, it was right in my face. It was kind of hard to say no.
How to get in your face, though?
Somebody brought it into the center here. There was like 4 or 5 guys that were in the bathroom just gacked out.
Okay.
And then they had it in my face like, here, you want some. You can't really do that to somebody that's not strong in their recovery yet.
Okay. And you used?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How'd you get caught?
I admitted to it. I was taking a drug test and I admitted to it before they even drug tested me.
All right. All right. I find the plea is made knowingly, understandingly, and voluntarily, and there's a factual basis. Ms. Coney, what do you recommend?
This is Mr. Webb's first technical violation. He was honest prior to his test that he had used and he would be dirty. Also, he's chose to stay at the center and not taken off, even though he knew that court was coming, and I commend him for that because he's been awfully nervous for about the last week or so. In an ideal situation, if he was not here as a term of jail, the center would be asking, and myself as well, for a 30-day extension to his center time. But since he's here on a condition of jail, that is not possible. In order to create some consistency amongst the other residents and Mr. Webb as far as a sanction goes, and to also hold them accountable.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
I can't order as a term of jail an additional 30-day. If Ms. Martin's email was very cryptic and like, what if this happened? And I said I can't order 30 days for a first violation, but if you want to extend it and not as a term of jail, but as a term of his probation that he continue at the facility for 30 additional days, we can do that. It's treatment program at the center, not a term of jail.
Okay. If that is a possibility, that is what the center has requested, is that he does get extended 30 days for programming. He could benefit from that programming. His use has shown that he would benefit from being here for a longer period of time. He is very well. Go ahead.
If that's ordered, Mr. Webb, you understand that doesn't count as jail credit. That would count as programming, like a residential treatment facility, like a probation center, where that doesn't count as jail time beyond what you're originally ordered. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. All right, go ahead. Not that that's the recommendation, but I wanted to be sure that he was on the same page. All right, then Ms. Coney, what else?
So if that is a possibility, then that does change my recommendation. I would recommend the 30-day extension at Twin County for programming purposes only, not for jail. No additional jail time be ordered. Continue probation, continue Twin County.
All right, thank you. Ms. Jackson?
Yes, Your Honor, that was essentially what we were going to ask the court to do, that he's only been on probation for about 2 months. I did ask him about what happened when he used this, and it appears that he does need some, and he admits and he wants more counseling for his drug use and how to not use it. He does seem to have some self-confidence, self-esteem issues, perhaps at this point in talking with him, which he needs some help, and maybe that's what the programming at the Twin County is dealing with. And he does realize he did wrong, and he just said he was not strong enough at this point to resist, as he's already told the court. He's also going to school. He's getting his GED, and he's I think he said he's 3 tests from it, and he will have completed his GED, and he's been very good with his attendance and punctual with attending his classes. And so we would ask the court to continue the probation as described by the agent.
All right, Mr. Webb, anything you'd like to add?
I'm sorry, and that I learned from the mistake, and it won't happen again.
Okay, good. All right, so yes, Mr. Webb, what Ms. Coney said and Ms. Jackson said is exactly right. And what you said is exactly right. You know, you're in the center because you have a need for treatment. It's awful early in that program, and for you to be confronted with that, it would not be easy to say no in that early in your recovery. But, you know, that's what you're in the center for, is to learn the tools, and also to learn that, you know, one of the things you could have done was just turned around and found any case manager or worker at the center to say, these guys are doing it. So you got to get past that criminal thinking where you can't tell on each other and you can't tell anybody, and protect yourself. So, but what Ms. Coney said too is you didn't take off. You knew that you were facing the sanction, and you know, this issuance of the summons and waiting a week maybe are a lot harder for a lot of people than just getting arrested like it used to be and taking care of it right away. It's like wait till your, well, I don't want to say wait till your dad comes home, because I'm not your dad, but it's that fear of what's going to happen is worse than what actually does happen, which is, you know, a recognition that you're human and that you're in there for a reason, but you got to work with it too. So you're going to do an additional 30 days and it won't count as jail time, but it will count as programming to help you get through this. So regroup, dig in, start your count again, and make sure you get through this, okay?
Yes, sir.
Good. If you need to reach out to your agent, reach out to the staff there, let them know that you're struggling or things that you're doing, so that they can help you. They can't help you if they don't know there's a problem though, okay?
Yes, sir.
Good. All right, Mr. Webb, I'll continue probation. This will be your first technical violation. We'll note that, and it's an extension of your program, not jail, but an extension of your program.